This PetX Talk is brought to you by Pet World Media Group, your partner in all things pet media. Additional funding and considerations provided by Natura Petz, Found Animals, and Dogwise Publishing. Are you ready to be empowered? Then join us for this PetX Talk.
Hi, my name is Heidi Nevala. I am founder and president of Natura Petz. We manufacture organic herbs and medicinal supplements for dogs, cats, and horses. And today I'm going to talk to you about why herbs can be vital and why they should be added to your pet's diet. When I talk to pet parents about herbs, they often confess that while they're interested in them, they really don't understand how they work. So I'll give you a brief introduction into some plant actions and why even just adding a single herb can potentially benefit health and wellness in your dog or cat. All herbs have things in common, and one of the most important things is that they're nutritious and medicinal, and you can't separate the two. They're mutually supportive benefits. And you can look at it as in adding a single herb, you're getting two therapeutic potential benefits for your dog and cat. When we look at the nutritional side, all herbs have this in common. They have a vitamin panel, minerals, essential fatty acids, amino acids, proteins, carbohydrates, antioxidants, digestive enzymes, and much more. It's just a beginning and introduction. And then they're also medicinal in the sense that they actually are well documented and well researched, more so in traditional medical systems, but they have been studied for the medicinal value that they can deliver. And when we're looking at adding or maximizing nutritional value, herbs are valuable, and this should be an interesting point to pet parents because you can add in a lot while limiting at the same time. And especially if you're using an organic herb, they don't add any synthetic to your pet. There's no toxic inorganic compounds in them. They're whole food based, and we'll get into some of the health benefits they may impart. And some of that is that they are phytochemical or they have primary and secondary plant chemicals. And initially, a pet parent would say, hey, wait, I'm not adding that to my pet's diet. I'm trying to avoid toxin exposure or any kind of chemical exposure. But again, they're phytochemicals, so they're nutritional, but they also have therapeutic study documented uses. So get right into it. Primary plant chemicals, an example of it that is naturally occurring in all herbs, is that it imparts some kind of benefit to the immune system. And where this benefits your animal is if they have an underperforming immune system, it will go in and bolster or boost it to balance it out. If they have an overstimulated immune system, it can go in and nourish and soothe it, again, to achieve balance. And why this is so important is we know that balanced immunity is the silver bullet for disease prevention. So you could be adding just that alone, a really important component for health in your pet. Herbs are also anti-inflammatory. We know inflammation triggers disease. They're antioxidant nature, and there's a lot of layered benefits to antioxidants and many types, but they share that in common. They're nutritive, we talked about that a little bit. And I really like that they're tonic in nature and that they go in, they tone and strengthen all of the animal body systems together. So what we're really looking at in the end, and when you're looking at layered health benefits and you're looking at the potential to maintain health, but also to let your pet thrive. We give them the building tools, like the medicinal therapeutic tools. An example of an herb that I like, and there are many, but just today we'll talk about one, is maca. It's an Andean root, plant-based root. It's from the Peruvian highlands. There's a lot that's been researched on maca. It's well-documented nutritional value. One thing I like about it is for its effects on HPA function. That sounds very technical, but what it is, it stimulates the hypothalamic, pituitary, and adrenal glands to the endocrine system to achieve balance. And why that's so important is, for one thing, the glands produce hormones that feed every aspect of the body. So if anything's out of balance, hormonally out of balance, then disease presentation can set in. And maca is very dynamic because it doesn't only address that aspect, the endocrine, but it goes down system by system. So it'll start at endocrine, it affects immune health, cardiovascular, central nervous system, digestion, circulation, reproductive, and excretory functions. So just with one plant, like herbs have in common, is that you can deliver with a single plant a variety of health benefits and probably add balance into your dog or cat's diet. Another thing, just along the lines of maca, it's a very specialized plant. So it's got a different feature. It's one of the herbal elite. It is adaptogenic. And why that's important for pet parents and for pets is an adaptogen can go into the animal body. It can identify dysfunction, and specifically metabolic dysfunction. And why that's so important is whenever there is an interruption in the metabolic system, it can interrupt nutrient assimilation. So even if you're feeding a raw food, a home-cooked diet, or a premium holistic diet, your pet may not be getting the nutrition it needs because of an interruption in metabolics. It will undermine immunity and set up in the potential for disease susceptibility. So maca is really good at going in, as are other herbs, to go in and address that nutritional deficiency. Okay, so why herbs like maca or any other kind of herb you put into the diet is so important too, is besides reading, repairing, and restoring, it doesn't tap in or stimulate the body's reserves, which is really important because a dog or cat that's already beleaguered or maybe their immune system is compromised in some way can't really give up those body reserves without setting in further disease susceptibility. So it enables balance, and that's really what we're trying to achieve nutritionally and adding an herb as well. So the other thing that an herb helps address, and it gives you peace of mind as a pet parent, is that it helps address the unknown. Because our pets can't communicate with us, we don't know if they have undiagnosed diseases or conditions. And from a nutritional and medicinal standpoint, herbs can be very valuable in maybe, if not nutritionally addressing it, but potentially it can offset or even delay disease. We're looking to add longevity to our pets' lives, and herbs have the potential to do that as well. So just in summary, there's a lot of value. They're nutritious, they're medicinal, they've got layered plant chemicals which manifest in the body as health supports. Some are more specialized, but ultimately they all are working really hard in the animal body to enable balance. So, and then also just the function of herbs, they're biodynamic, especially if they're organic in nature. So you're not going to be adding any kind of toxicity, additional toxicity to your pets. They're already battling the elements in food, water, disease, genetics, age, the toxins in our homes and outside of the house. So it'll give you that extra layer of support. So good news for you as pet parents, this industry is rich in information on how to support herbal health, a lot of advocates for supporting animal wellness. I invite you to look for those resources, and I thank you very much for your time.
Heidi, thank you so much for that insightful PetX talk.
Thank you.
You brought up the word adaptogen, and I think a lot of people are very curious about what an adaptogen does. Maybe give it a little bit more depth for us.
Sure. Okay. So what an adaptogen is an herb that has more specialized plant forms or plant actions to it. And it's really basically built to respond to stress in the body. A lot of times it'll respond to metabolic stress, but it has an alterative or a reparative aspect to it, an extra layer that other herbs don't have. So it is like herbal elite. So it is especially good at seeking out metabolic dysfunction, which is related usually to starts in the glands, translates into hormones, and usually translated into some kind of specific disease in the body. So it's got that extra component for potentially disease prevention and corrective actions in your pet.
One of the other things that you brought up is there is a lot of confusion for pet owners and pet parents when it comes to where do I start with herbs. For those that want to start using herbs for their pets, how do you recommend they start to ease into it?
Probably I'd recommend first starting with just a single well-known herb like alfalfa. It's well documented, people recognize it easily, easy to obtain, easy to add into the diet, and we've covered a little bit of the benefits it could impart for your dog or cat. I would probably go a step further too, because I'm biased and I like multi-blend herbs because they don't only address more nutritional levels, but other actions in the body, bigger comprehensive disease prevention capabilities. So I'd start maybe with a single herb if you're comfortable, and then you can consider multi-blends. And there's a lot of people and a lot of resources you can go to, a lot of information out there to help you determine what's the best herb for your pet.
Heidi, thank you again for doing that insightful PetX talk. We really appreciate you joining us and everything you're doing in the pet world. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us for this PetX talk. To learn more information about Heidi Nevala, visit naturapetz.com. Funding for PetX Talks is provided by Pet World Media Group, your partner in all things pet media. Additional funding and considerations for PetX Talks is provided by Natura Petz. Natura Petz can help you optimize your pet's health with premium organic supplements from the Amazon and Andes Mountains. Visit naturapetz.com. Dogwise Publishing, all things dog. For all of your expert dog book needs, visit dogwise.com. Found Animals, working towards big ideas that advance the safety and happiness of animals in our homes, our shelters, and everywhere in between. Visit foundanimals.org. Special thanks to Pet World Insider, taking you inside the world of pets. Visit petworldinsider.com for more expert radio interviews, articles, and videos. This has been a Pet World Media Group production.